Welcome to the tutorial for the paper and ink trophies templates for your book covers. So there are some options here. This is what your book is generally going to look like. This is a proof copy. And we all have different skill sets. So I just want to say I did design this book, so you can, if you want to, color the cover design. But not all of us are that talented. And if you're worried about bleed because you will want color and write with non-bleeding material, then you know what? The best thing is to just print off a copy of the book covers that you desire. So I'm going to show you how to use the template that I designed where you can print off 9 at a time. This is geared toward people who are not that great with technology. There are obviously a million ways to do this, and I'm going to show you what I have found to be the easiest, where you don't need special software. So the first thing, you're going to go to jhauserwrites.com. Obviously, if you want to subscribe to my newsletter, get that free short story, go for it. But you're going to go up here, standalones and nonfiction. Now, my site may morph over time, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. This will be on there with all the resources. So we're going to scroll to the spot that shows the free PDF template, and you can click there and it will take you to a Google Drive. Now, the first thing I will mention is that there are actually going to be 2 different templates in there because different printer paper size is used in different parts of the world. In North America, so United States, Canada, and actually the Philippines, we use 8.5 by 11. The rest of the world does not. It is slightly different, and I did want to pack in as many covers as possible, and I didn't want them to print out distorted or cut off. So make sure if you are not in US, Canada, or the Philippines, not using that 8.5 by 11, that you can scroll over and that you download the international one. You can just scroll over it and it'll show you. And the nice thing about Google Drive is when the files are small enough, it does like a virus check for you, so you can feel pretty safe about these. I have actually added as well this basic instructions with tips. You don't have to download this, you don't have to print it. It's just there, give you a reference, and it will actually have a hyperlink to this video. I'm assuming you actually got here from the template, but who knows? So I'm going to go here, right click, download. It'll save it to my laptop. I don't even have to look at it at this point. Next place we're going to go is to Canva. So this is a free website. I just have a personal account. You can upgrade to a pro one. On the top right, click create a design, import file. Then you're just going to go to your freshly downloaded file, the PDF that you just grabbed from my Google Drive. Once that's imported, just scroll down. It'll have the designs there. Double click on it and it'll populate there. Now, I experimented a lot to try to get the best quality pictures. So I'm not going to go through every little detail. If you have questions, definitely ask down below, but this is what I'm finding the easiest, most straightforward. I recommend going to Storygraph for your pictures of book covers. You can go to Goodreads or Amazon. Amazon can be a lot more hit or miss with the extra steps you have to go through. Both that and Goodreads can be hit or miss on the quality. At least my experience with Storygraph, the images are better quality. So I'm looking at the first book I ever published, Cedar Shadow Wars. I'm not going to take this initial thumbnail because it's not saved in as high of resolution. So once you click in, get the little bit bigger view, this is what we're going to use. So we're going to right click. You don't even have to save this to your computer, just copy the image, keep your browser open there for Canva, and then paste. So I'm just doing Control V to paste that, and then it snaps right into them. Here, I'm just kind of showing you the different resolutions and the problems. I'm cutting most of it out because it's already long enough, but I'm just saying the higher the resolution, the better. The ones that I grabbed from Storygraph, they all allow me to copy, and they're saved in 300 dpi, dots per inch, or pixels per inch. The ones from Goodreads and Amazon were more like 96. I don't remember all the numbers, but much lower. They can be fuzzier, not as well centered. This is why I recommend Storygraph. Also, sometimes Amazon will make you save it to your laptop, taking up space, extra steps. It won't always let you copy, depending on what version of a book. So just trust me, go to Storygraph when you can to get the best quality picture. So I'm kind of playing around here trying to double check that. But if you have questions, again, comment down below. And if you have any tips, any different ways that you think would be easier for people, feel free to share. I love sharing knowledge. So I'm going to go to the second book in the series. Again, going into the actual book file, copying, pasting. And I will say at the top, you can rename the file. That way you have on your laptop saved the original PDF, and then you'll know when you go to print this off, it'll be a different name. But I'm going to show you what to do if you have a picture already for some reason. So you go over here to the upload, and then you find it on your laptop. I'm an author, so I have some files that might even be higher resolution than they are stored on places like Storygraph, and I can upload them directly there. Again, drag it and snap it in there. Another fun little tidbit, especially if you read my books, not all authors do this, but you can find these in some places. You can go to my website, go to the press kit, and this is where I provide graphics for anyone who wants to download them from my Google Drive. Anyone can grab these and share them. So if you're doing a blog post, reviewing my book, doing a promotion, something like that, feel free to use these. I thought it would be fun to experiment because I do have more than just the standard thumbnail. If you go here and you're like, hey, I loved The Hitani Bride, and I'm going to put it in my book journal after I finish reading it, and I read it on a Kindle, so you know what, I'm going to download this. Now this is one thing, Google Drive doesn't allow you to copy and paste the same way as Storygraph, but you would save it to your computer, go to your downloads, upload it from there, and it will also snap in there. I'll have a lot of extra white space around the edge, but it's kind of fun, gives it a little extra personality, just an idea. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to save it not as a PNG or JPEG. I recommend PDF print, gives you the best quality. If you do PNG or JPEG, it's going to ruin the effectiveness of us saving or copying higher quality files because they compress it. So this one seems to be the best from all my playing around. So you're going to download that PDF. I'm going to hit print, and then the nice thing here is you can choose the pixels per inch or dots per inch. And generally speaking, my understanding is the more the better. It can kind of depend. I'm self-taught in graphics. Feel free to share your opinions down below, but I'm going with 600 DPI, especially for ones that have more line art to them. That's what I've learned from working with printers. Now you can see here, mine still are a little Part of that is because honestly, my printer was running out of ink when I went to make mine and film this video, but they still work. You still get the gist of them. They're better than my drawing skills. And we're going to ignore that coloring book. If you, for some reason, put my coloring book, definitely use the one for my press kit. I've adjusted it so it snaps properly into place, but I don't think you should have that problem with anyone else. I made that cover myself as my first DIY, and I think that's why the image wasn't playing nice initially. But you're going to cut these out. I recommend using clear tape, glue stick, rolled up tape on the back. I wouldn't use something like school glue that's wet. That might distort the pages or the ink. And you're just going to put that in place. That looks so nice. So you can do 9 at a time. Obviously, I would love for you to put my book covers in there because you've read them. But I appreciate you giving this book journal a try. I hope you love it. I hope you think of maybe gifting it to other bookworms in your life. If you haven't already purchased it, the link is down below. And I hope you have a lovely day.